If you are Donald Trump, one phrase you really don't want to hear is your case has been assigned to Judge Darren Gales. And guess what just happened? Donald Trump's huge libel lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch and the Wall Street Journal over their story linking him to Jeffrey Epstein last week. That case has now landed on the desk of Judge Gales. This is the same judge who oversaw Donald Trump's disastrous lawsuit against Michael Cohen, friend of the show, which Donald Trump quietly dropped the moment a deposition was scheduled. And this is bad for Trump. It's not just bad legally, this is bad optically. Judge Gales was appointed by former President Obama. Judge Gales is the first openly gay black man on the federal bench. He's the opposite of Trump's dream judge, which is an old white guy who loves MAGA. And now that is the judge, Darren Gales, that's overseeing a case where Trump is desperately trying to deny that he sent Jeffrey Epstein a birthday letter allegedly featuring a naked woman, breasts drawn in marker, and Trump's signature as pubic hair. That's what this is about. So what happens now? First of all, Gales could do the same thing he did in the Cohen case, which is, all right, let's move forward. The next step is for Trump to be deposed. And that's where it would get very real very quickly, because that would mean that Trump under oath would be in the position of answering questions about Jeffrey Epstein, about Ghislaine Maxwell, the birthday letter, the infamous quote where Trump said, I'm paraphrasing, Epstein likes beautiful women just like I do. And some of those women are on the younger side. And even Donald Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, is sort of laughing at this. And there's the expectation, potentially, that Murdoch will settle. But others believe that Trump's going to bail as soon as the possibility of Trump sitting for a deposition comes up. Now, the kicker is Trump keeps accusing the media of lying about Jeffrey Epstein, but Trump is keeping the story alive with the lawsuit. The lawsuit guarantees headlines, court records, maybe video. And of course, if Trump really wants to move forward, it has the potential to generate a deposition of Trump, which I can't imagine that he wants. Now, if you're wondering how Rupert Murdoch's side is taking it, they're basically saying, bring it. I am not a defender of News Corporation. I'm not a defender of Fox. I'm not a defender of the Wall Street Journal. But essentially, reporting is that News Corp has full confidence in the reporting. They believe the Wall Street Journal properly and fully vetted what they published. And it sounds like they're willing to go down to the mat and say, this is real. Trump wrote this thing. Trump sent this thing. So again, Trump may be walking directly into this legal buzzsaw. And if he could just control himself, he might actually be able to get the story to, at least to a degree, die down. So this time, the guy holding the saw is an Obama-appointed judge who has already pissed off Trump before. Let's buckle up and wait to see where this goes. And we're going to have a lot more on this on our Substack. So I hope that you're subscribed free there at substack.davidpakman.com. Most people trying to lose weight focus on diet and exercise, which makes perfect sense. Sometimes habits and behaviors can also play an outsized role. And our sponsor, Hypnosio, is a self-hypnotherapy app designed to help with things like emotional eating, cravings, portion control. If you're working on healthier habits, something like this can help to reinforce the changes you're trying to make. Hypnosio guides you through short hypnotherapy sessions, just a few minutes a day. The idea here is let's bring stress down, let's increase mindfulness around food, and just build some longer-term consistency. Many users say Hypnosio helps them to pause or reset in a moment where they might reach out for food out of emotion or out of habit, and it just creates a little bit of space, a little bit of breathing room to make a more intentional choice instead of just following old patterns. So many people have found Hypnosio useful as a way to stay on track, especially when dealing with like yo-yo dieting or stress eating. If that sounds familiar to you and you're curious, you can go to davidpakman.com/hypnosio and use the code PAKMAN15 for 15% off your first plan. The link is in the description.